and welcome back again. In our previous session, we completed 9 out of 12 theorems. And we can say that we are just 3 theorems away in order to complete the wheel of theorems. Before we proceed in this session, I strongly recommend you to watch the previous sessions before going forward with this session. So let's move to the statement of theorem number 10. If a line segment joining 2 points subtend equal angles at 2 other points lying on the same side of the line containing the line segment, the 4 points lie on a circle. I know the statement is really confusing. Let's draw a diagram for the same thing. We are given that AB is a given line segment and we have 2 other points lying on the same side of the line containing the line segment. So let's consider 2 points above. Let's say them C and D. And we are given that angle ACB is equal to angle ADB. We have to prove that all the points, point A, B, C and D, are lying on the same circle. That is, the points are concyclic. Now we can draw a circle passing through 3 non-collinear points, as we did in our 5th theorem. So let's draw a circle passing through point A, B and C. Now we are given that angle ACB is equals to angle ADB. Now suppose if point D lies outside the circle, let's say D dash. So even angle ACB should be equal to angle AD dash B, but this is not possible until point D and D dash are same. Correct? So we can say that point D lies on the circle and hence all the 4 points lies on the same circle, and so points A, B, C and D are concyclic. When we join these 4 concyclic points, we get a 4-sided figure named as a quadrilateral. And when a quadrilateral is inside a circle, it is known as a cyclic quadrilateral. Our next theorem is based on this concept only. Let's take a breath of relief as we have reached our 2 last theorems. Theorem number 11. The sum of the pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. So, we are given that ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. We have to prove that angle A plus angle D is equals to 180 degree and angle B plus angle C. So, according to the inscribed angle theorem, angle A is equals to half of measure of arc CDB. So, we can say that twice of angle A is equals to measure of arc CDB. Same we can say for angle D also, that angle D is equals to half of measure of arc CAB. So twice of angle D is equals to measure of arc CAB. Now let's add 1 and 2. Measure of arc CDB plus measure of arc CAB is equals to twice of angle A plus twice of angle D. We can see that arc CAB and arc CDB forms the complete circle. So we can say that the addition of them is going to be 360 degree. So we can substitute that in here and say 360 degree is equal to twice of angle A plus angle D. And from this we can say that angle A plus angle D is equals to 180 degrees. Same way you can do for angle B and C and prove that angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree. So we are given that ABDC is a cyclic quadrilateral. Our last theorem of this session is converse of this theorem. Theorem number 12. If the sum of pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree, the quadrilateral is cyclic. But you know what? I'm thinking that why don't you prove the converse and write it back to me? I will tell you whether you're right or wrong. Let me give you a hint for solving this theorem. You can solve this theorem using exactly the same methods that we used in theorem number 10. I'm sure that you all will be right but please do write to us. We would love to know that how you prove it. Let's summarize all the 12 theorems in this quick recap. If we try to recollect theorem 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7, there is one thing common between all these theorems. In all of these theorems, we need to find out two triangles and prove them congruent. So, whenever you see any of these statements, you just have to use the given and the basic properties to prove the triangles congruent. Theorem number 5 was proved using the basic steps and concepts of geometric construction. Theorem number 8 is one of the most important theorem. We proved this theorem using the basic properties of triangles and exterior angle theorem. In order to prove theorem number 9, 10, 11 and 12, we have used the concept of theorem number 8. So, if you have understood theorem number 8, then you can easily solve theorem number 9, 10, 11 and 12 also. Guys, it may take some time for you to understand the concepts, but believe me, once you understand the logic and the concepts behind everything, math will be the most beautiful world to live in. You can even comment and like on this video, and do not forget to subscribe us. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.